exclusive. Tonight, we get you never seen before pictures of the Pulwama conspiracy. For the first time on Indian television, we'll get you pictures of how the IED was assembled. Not just that, a special show from Bengaluru as India showcases its strength. But up first, these are the headlines we're tracking for you at this hour. Four years after Pulwama attack, we show you picture proof of how the Jaish-e-Mohammed planned the deadliest terror attack of 2019. As nation salutes martyr on Pulwama anniversary, Vadra Congress says Pulwama happened because of intel failure. An action-packed Aero India 2023 live on Republic. World watches as Atmanirbhar Bharat takes off. Big controversy as Hanuman logo on HAL's fighter trainer aircraft removed. Tax Department surveys BBC offices in Delhi and Mumbai over alleged irregularities.
पूर्ण बहुमत के साथ भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार काउंटिंग के दिन आप देख लीजिएगा 12 बजे के पहले क्योंकि यहाँ कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसियां छोटी हैं 12 बजे के पहले पूर्ण बहुमत से भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार बन जाएगी.
Home Minister reiterates confidence ahead of 2024 polls, says the BJP has no competition. Starting this edition with some breaking news now coming in with regards to the ongoing income tax surveys at the BBC offices in the national capital and Mumbai. In fact, UK government sources now indicating that the government is closely monitoring reports of tax surveys that are being conducted at the offices of the BBC in India. Income tax sources essentially indicating that this is part of their charter where they're basically looking at the income tax, whether at all there has been any evasion, and more importantly, the tax monitoring unit now looking into the operations of the BBC in India and the expansion that has taken place. Whether at all profits have been diverted through various other subsidiaries, all of that now being examined by the Income Tax Department. But important to point out, these are not searches that are being carried out, but a survey action on the BBC. Carried out by the Income Tax Department. Let's quickly go across to our senior executive editor, Abhishek Kapoor, who's going to get us the latest details with regards to the repercussions of this action on the BBC. How exactly is the UK government really responding at this point in time? We'll try and go across to Abhishek for the latest details. Till the time we get across to Abhishek, let's just quickly recap for our viewers who are tuning in right now as to what's really happened so far. The tax survey started roughly about 10:30 this morning. At least 2 offices where the survey is being carried out. I'm told that Abhishek is joining us on this broadcast. Abhishek, just walk us through the details you're picking up. It does appear that the UK government is now monitoring the action that has been taken on the BBC. Income Tax Department making it very clear that this is a routine survey that has been carried out. We'll try and reconnect with Abhishek in a short while from now. Just a quick recap of what we know so far. As we speak, the tax survey operation still continues in Delhi as well as in Mumbai. In fact, a warrant was issued to the BBC. That's the latest that we're getting at. UK government sources indicating that they are monitoring the situation. A story that we have been closely tracking. Should we focus now to that big story that we're getting to you tonight? 14th of February 2019, India observed it as a Black Day. 40 Jawans of the CRPF were martyred in a terror attack in Jammu and Kashmir's Pulwama. It was one of the deadliest attacks on Indian security forces. Indian Army avenged the Pulwama terror attack by carrying out the Balakot airstrikes. Now, there are several theories as to how the Pulwama attack was carried out, who were the people behind it. Today, we reveal the Pulwama conspiracy. In fact, for the first time, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to see the pictures of how exactly was the IED assembled. And these pictures, remember, the first to be spotted by the National Investigation Agency, indicated those who were part of the conspiracy. We'll take you through some of the details that we have right now before we go across to Gursimran, and also break the latest images that have been accessed by Republic TV. In fact, what you see right now on your screens, these are the latest, these are the images of the drum that was basically used to store the IED. In fact, we'll also show you the pictures of Muhammad Omar Farooq, Samir Ahmad Dar and Adil Ahmad Dar, all neutralized by the Indian Army after the Pulwama attack. In fact, you would see on the pictures right now, the making of the IED for the Pulwama attack. These are photos that were taken by the terrorists just about a week before the attack was carried out. In fact, terrorists can be seen assembling the IED. We are also getting you full details as to how exactly this happened, how the transportation of the IED did actually take place. Accessed photographs of the RDX slabs that were basically used in the manufacture of the IEDs. Caldrich, that is containing calcium ammonium nitrate, was used as one of the ingredients in the IEDs, and the gelatin sticks Superpower 90 containing nitroglycerin were used as one of the ingredients of the two IEDs. Now, why these pictures are so very important, ladies and gentlemen? Because remember, when this case was taken over by the National Investigation Agency, they were looking at certain digital evidence. And these pictures, in fact, were taken by the terrorists themselves. In fact, there are WhatsApp conversations of the money that was required to carry out the Pulwama attack. There is a WhatsApp grab which finds a mention in the charge sheet that has already been filed by the National Investigation Agency. But we are just focusing right now on the pictures that were never seen before. These are pictures of the drums that were used to store the IED, and also there are pictures of the terrorists who were assembling the IED. Let me quickly go across to my colleague Gursimran, getting us the latest details. Gursimran, we're getting in full details. We're getting in full details of the pictures that have now been accessed. Let me just quickly bring in my colleague Gursimran. Gursimran, why are the pictures so very important? Because as I understand, these were the same very pictures that our investigators stumbled upon during the investigation, helped them to identify the Jaish terrorists, take our viewers through the investigation that was carried out by the NIA and why this investigation was very different than many others carried out by the NIA.
See, it was a foolproof conspiracy, Shavan, that was hashed in the Pakistan, and the execution started way back in 2016 and 17 when the Pakistani terrorist Umar Farooq was sent to Afghanistan to get the training from Afghanistan of how to make and how to fabricate the vehicle-borne IEDs. This was also a conspiracy that was hashed by Jaish-e-Mohammed chief Maulana Masood Azhar and executed by his brother Rauf Asghar, who is operational chief of Jaish-e-Mohammed, and many more terrorists were part of this entire module. This all started in 2016-17, and in 2018 April, Umar Farooq, with the help of Ashik Negru, he barged into India, infiltrated via international border in Samba, and then he was in Kashmir for almost a year's time, 10 months time before execution of this plot. Now coming to the photos that we have accessed, these photos are taken by Umar Farooq, and in the photos it can be seen that two persons, those who are fabricating these IEDs into two drums, they are Samir Dar and Adil Dar. Adil Dar is the suicide bomber who carried out the Fidain attack on the CRPF convoy, in which 40 of the brave hearts got martyred. And we have also got access to 3 other photos in which the RDX, the gelatin, the Super 19 gelatin sticks were seen, and also the calcium ammonium nitrate that was used to fabricate the IEDs were used. So these are the set of photos that we have managed to access. These photos are never seen before, not a part of the investigation when it came into public forum. So these are the exclusive photos photos that we have accessed from the investigating agencies, and these are recovered from the mobile of the terrorists, be it Shakir, Bashir or Insha Jan, who are two of the key players when it comes to this entire terror plot, because they not only gave accommodation to the terrorists, but they were well aware of the this nefarious plan of Jaish-e-Mohammed, that they are trying to carry out this magnitude of terror attack in the Pulwama Slithpura. Shavan.
Thank you very much, Gursimran, for getting us the latest details. We'll also just quickly take through some of the details that we've accessed, the pictures, and why this is so very important. Ladies and gentlemen, what you see right now, these are pictures that were taken by the terrorists themselves just about a week before the attack. This was in Bashir's residence, where the IED was being assembled. The IED was assembled ahead of 14th of February. It was Sheikh Bashir's residence, where all the IED materials, ingredients were basically brought in and they were being assembled. What you see right now on your screens, this is the two terrorists, Farooq Dar and other, being present there, and it is they who were assembling the IED. And it's important to point out here is that soon after the National Investigation Agency took over, they came across these pictures. They identified the Maruti Eco. Now that picture has already been out in public domain. We're not putting that picture back. These are what we are showing to you are pictures that have never been seen before, and that's the reason why we're telling you how exactly did this happen. Where did the material really come in from? These are the latest pictures that we've now accessed. Republic TV getting full details of the Pulwama conspiracy, how it all started. But let's also take you to another special report. Undoubtedly, this was a black day for India, but for our security forces, they did manage to avenge it. Today is the anniversary of the Pulwama attack. In fact, Republic was in Pulwama, where the wreath-laying ceremony took place. The nation paid tribute to 40 of those fallen soldiers. Some of the victims of this attack, they've spoken to Republic TV. Take a look at this special report filed by my colleague Arawat.
आज ही का वो दिन है जो 2019 का अगर हम बात करें 3:15 पर जो आतंकवादी हमला हुआ था लतपुरा नेशनल हाईवे की अगर हम बात करें, मेरी विजय आपको दिखा सकती है यहाँ पे किस प्रकार से अभी लतपुरा में यहाँ पे जहाँ पे इनका वॉर मेमोरियल बनाया गया है, यहाँ पे किस प्रकार से यहाँ पे चाहे अगर हम सिविल एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन की बात करें, आर्मी ऑफिशियल्स की बात करें, उसके साथ साथ जम्मू एंड कश्मीर और CRPF के टॉप ऑफिशियल्स की बात करें जो यहाँ पे अभी इस wreath laying सेरेमनी में जुड़ चुके हैं। आप देख रहे हो किस प्रकार से यहाँ पे श्रद्धांजलि इनको दी जा रही है जो 40 जवान उस दिन यहाँ पे शहीद हुए इस आतंकवादी हमले में। हालांकि मैं आपको बताता चलूँ, इसमें जो भी जैश-ए-मोहम्मद के आतंकवादी जो है जो इस प्रकार में मौजूद थे, उस अटैक में मौजूद थे, हालांकि कुछ जो आतंकवाद थे जो कि कश्मीर बेस्ड है या उनको कहीं ऑपरेशंस में मार भी दिया गया है, लेकिन कुछ ऐसे आतंकवाद अभी भी हैं जो कि पाकिस्तान में जो वहाँ से अभी ऑपरेट कर रहे हैं जैश-ए-मोहम्मद का। हालांकि हमने कुछ ऑफिशियल से भी यहाँ से पर बात की तो उनका ये कहना है कि जैश-ए-मोहम्मद का अभी जो यहाँ पे ग्राउंड है वो उन्होंने खो दिया है। उसके साथ साथ ही अभी जितनी भी बाकी टेरर आउटफिट्स है वो भी अभी लास्ट स्टेज पर अभी कश्मीर घाटी में चल रहे हैं। हालांकि पुलवामा अटैक के बाद हम देख रहे हैं कश्मीर घाटी में किस प्रकार से अटैक्स की जो संख्या है वो किस प्रकार से काफ़ी जो चाहे एक्टिव टेररिस्ट की अगर हम बात करें काफ़ी वो ग्राउंड लेवल से डाउन आ गया है। हालांकि आप देख रहे हो इस प्रकार पर यहाँ पर अगर हम देखें किस प्रकार से यहाँ पे उन शहीद जवानों के जो नेम प्लेट्स वगैरह भी लगाए हुए हैं जिन्होंने अपनी जान को निशावर किया उस 14 फेब के अटैक में। विथ विजय मुबशिर, इरावत महराज फ्रॉम लतपुरा, पुलवामा।
4 years to the deadly horror attack on our Jawans. People still will not forget the sacrifice of our soldiers. Republic, in fact, spoke to the Jawans who witnessed the 2019 terror attack. Listen in to what they had to say.
14 फरवरी को जब ये पुलवामा अटैक हुआ है, CRPF की बस को जैश-ए-मोहम्मद के जो थे उन्होंने गाड़ी में आईडी लगा करके उसको उड़ाया है। उस जगह से मैं 50 मीटर की दूरी पे था और मैं नेशनल हाईवे की ड्यूटी पहले से भी कर रहा था, अभी भी कर रहा हूँ, उस टाइम भी ड्यूटी में था।
तब आपकी आंखों ने क्या देखा उस समय, क्या आपकी आंखों के सामने था?
उस टाइम जब कॉन्वॉय चल रही थी और एक कार आकर के गाड़ी बस के अंदर घुसा दी और बस उड़ा दी है, तो एक बहुत बड़ा धमाका हुआ और बहुत दूर तक, लंबी दूरी तक उसका धुआं गया और उसमें बस उड़ी है। हमने यही देखा।
आप मुझे बताइए आपने क्या देखा तब जो अटैक हुआ था, आप कहाँ पे थे उस समय?
सर आज एक दिन 14 फरवरी के दिन मैं उसी नेशनल हाईवे पे ड्यूटी करता और पे के, तो जहाँ ब्लास्ट हुआ उससे 300 मीटर पीछे यानी कि जम्मू साइड में था। तो कानवाई चल रहे थे सर, कानवाई पास कर रहे, जब ड्यूटी में हम तैनात थे, मतलब अलर्ट पोजीशन में थे, लेकिन जब धमाके की आवाज़ सुनाई दिया तो पहले तो ऐसे लगा कि चलती गाड़ियों के कभी कभी टायर ब्लास्ट भी हो सकता है, लेकिन धमाका ज़्यादा बड़ा था धमाका। तो हमारे पास सभी के पास वायरलेस सेट रहते हैं कंपनी में, तो उससे पता चला कि अपने कानवाई के ऊपर हमला हुआ है।
आप मुझे बताइए, आप भी उस समय मौजूद थे वहाँ पर, आपका कोई दोस्त जिसको आपने खोया, जिसको भी आप तक मिस कर रहे हैं?
दोस्त तो सारे ही थे, लेकिन सर उसमें एक तिलक राज, मैं उसको जानता था, मेरे साथ का था वो, जो शहीद हुआ। उसको बाद में हमें पता लगा कि उसमें तिलक राज छुट्टी काट के आ रहा था। वो जब वो शहीद हो गया, उसकी खबर सुनी तो हमें बहुत दुख हुआ। और एक मोहनलाल साहब थे, हमारे बी कंपनी की थे, हमारे कंपनी की थे, वो वहीं ड्यूटी पॉइंट पे खड़े हुए थे। ब्लास्ट के समय वो भी बेचारे उड़ गए उसी में। तो ये सब साथ के थे हमारे, और इनकी जब शहादत का हमने सुना तो दुख तो बहुत ज़्यादा हुआ, लेकिन उतने गुस्सा भी आया कि इन्होंने ऐसी कायराना हरकत की है जो, तो इसको ये लगा कि किसी ढंग से बदला तो लेना है इनसे, क्योंकि इतनी टूची हरकत की है, नीच हरकत की है इन्होंने। तो हमने उसका बदला ले भी लिया है, और अगर इस तरह की हरकत दोबारा करेंगे, पहले तो करने का मौका देंगे नहीं, अगर दोबारा करते हैं तो हम बिल्कुल मुंहतोड़ जवाब देंगे उनको।
Well, on the Pulwama attack anniversary, Republic is reporting from the exact very spot where the attack took place. Take a look at this report filed by my colleague Arawat.
इस वक्त हम मौजूद हैं श्रीनगर जम्मू नेशनल हाईवे पे। बिल्कुल इस वक्त हम उसी स्पॉट पर मौजूद हैं जो आज का ही दिन था, 14 फरवरी था, और 3:15 पर यहाँ पर आतंकी हमला हुआ था जो कि जैश मोहम्मद ने यहाँ पर कराया था। ये वो एग्जैक्ट स्पॉट है। हालांकि मैं आपको बताना चाहूँगा कि हालांकि अगर हम कश्मीर बेस्ड पॉलिटिशियन से, जो कश्मीर की पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज़ है, उन्होंने कोई ट्वीट नहीं किया अभी तक, उन्होंने कोई श्रद्धांजलि नहीं दी। उसके बरक्स अगर मेरी विजय आपको दिखा पाएंगे, यहाँ पे बीजेपी के कुछ टॉप लीडर्स हैं जो कि इस लोकेशन पर आज आए हैं, उनको यहाँ पे श्रद्धांजलि पेश कर दी। आप देख सकते हो किस प्रकार से यहाँ पे नेशनल फ्लैग्स हाथ में लेकर यहाँ पे सुबह से हम देख रहे हैं किस तरह से सिक्योरिटी के भी काफ़ी पुख्ता इंतजाम किए गए हैं। उसके बाद यहाँ पे बीजेपी लीडर्स जो है, जो कि साउथ कश्मीर से, नॉर्थ कश्मीर और सेंट्रल कश्मीर के हैं, जो कि यहाँ पर इस वक्त इन शहीद जवानों को यहाँ पे श्रद्धांजलि दे रहे हैं। उसके साथ साथ मेरी विजय आपको दिखा रहे हैं किस प्रकार से यहाँ पे जो कुछ टूरिस्ट भी हैं जो यहाँ इस लोकेशन पर मौजूद अभी हैं, जो कि यहाँ पे इनको श्रद्धांजलि दे रहे हैं। हालांकि हम कुछ टूरिस्ट से बात भी करने की कोशिश करेंगे जो इस वक्त यहाँ पर मौजूद हैं। आप मुझे बताइए कैसा आपको फील हो रहा है, आपने यहाँ पे आज पुलवामा अटैक जो कि 14 फरवरी को हुआ था, उनको आपने श्रद्धांजलि आज यहाँ पे?
हाँ, वो 40 लोग इधर शहीद हो गए। हमारा देश को, हम लोगों को सेव करते करते वो लोग शहीद हो गए। बहुत बुरा लगता है। उनको फैमिली के साथ हम भी लोग हैं, क्योंकि वो भी उनके फैमिली रहते हैं उधर, हम भी इधर फैमिली के साथ रहते हैं, क्योंकि हम लोगों को सेव करके वो लोग शहीद हो गए। उनके साथ बहुत बुरा हो गया। सो बहुत प्राउड भी फील करता हूँ हमारे जवानों के लिए।
Well, if we focus now to the other special story that we have lined up for you. Aero India 2023, where made in India defense aircraft are being showcased. Some of the glimpses of the Aero India 2023 and why this time it's so very special. Prime Minister Modi already indicated that when it comes to Atmanirbharta, perhaps Aero India 2023 exactly showcases that. My colleague Prajwal has now got you an exhaustive, detailed report of all that has been lined up and what does this really mean for India that has essentially made a target for defense export, especially at a time when this country has always been reliant on other countries for their defense requirements. Take a look at this report.
We're here at the Aero India show, and right in front of the Apache helicopter, which is manufactured by the US, and it is known for its attack capabilities as well. And you can go on to see that on this display, you can see a machine gun, the 1200 mounted machine gun, and also the Stringer missiles as well. There are 4 currently on display too, and also the Hydra Strinja missiles, which are mounted on either sides of it. That is 2 over here, and 2 pilots can be seated at a time, and this can go up to an altitude of over 25,000 to 30,000 kilometers is what the defense personnel have gone on to state as well. And this has been used by the US for the past 40 years, but this is one of the latest iterations of the Apache attack helicopter, which has been brought in by the Indian Air Force as well. And also you can clearly go on and look at it that this is also designated for mid-altitude missions as well. And also now you can see 2 Hellfire missiles on display with the 70 mm rocket pod on the right side of it. And also we are seeing a 30 mm turret mounted gun, which we were pointing out earlier. And also the 4 Strinja missiles, which are air-to-air missiles, is what we get to understand. So this is one of the star attractions here at Aero India, which is the Apache attack helicopter as well. Going ahead and looking at how it is and what are the capabilities that it has for its performance as well. And the Strinja missiles, which is air-to-air, makes it a potential danger and a threat for the enemy pilots and aircrafts too. With video journalist Bhagat Prajwal Prasad reporting for Republic, Bengaluru.
Well, in fact, Republic also exclusively spoke to Air Chief Marshal V.R. Chaudhary. Listen in to his special interaction with my colleague Saloni.
V.R. चौधरी सर हमारे साथ हैं। सर बहुत स्वागत है आपका रिपब्लिक भारत पर। एरो इंडिया एशिया का सबसे बड़ा एयर शो जब भारत इस बार कर रहा है तो हम अपनी आत्मनिर्भरता की ताकत दिखा रहे हैं। प्रधानमंत्री भी कहते हैं कि हम पोटेंशियल मैन्युफैक्चरर्स हैं। एरो इंडिया के सफल आयोजन को लेकर क्या कहना और इसका क्या इम्पैक्ट आप चाह रहे हैं कि दुनिया पर पड़े?
आपको पता है कि जिस तरह के हमारा प्रोग्रेस है आत्मनिर्भरता की तरफ, डोमेस्टिक एविएशन इंडस्ट्री को इतना बढ़ावा मिलता है इस तरह के एयर शो से। आपने देखा है कि लगभग 800 से ज़्यादा इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट यहाँ पे अपने डिस्प्ले कर रहे हैं। इससे हमें महसूस होता है कि कितनी में टेक्नोलॉजी में बढ़ोतरी हुई है देश में और कितनी हमने और आगे करनी चाहिए।
आपने LCH चलाया, LUH है, ये तमाम चीज़ें ऐसी हैं जो ऐड कर रही हैं रक्षा क्षेत्र में, बहुत भारत को आत्मनिर्भर भी बना रही हैं और विश्व पटल पे एक पहचान बन रही है। तो पहले हम आयात करते थे, अब निर्यात करते हैं। ये जो बदलाव है ये हमें फ्यूचर पर्सपेक्टिव में इंडिया को कहाँ ले जाएगा?
डेफिनेटली हमें, जैसे कि इंडियन इकोनॉमी का बढ़ावा हो रहा है, उसी तरह हमारे डिफेंस मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में भी बढ़ावा होता जा रहा है। एंड आने वाले सालों में हम उम्मीद करते हैं कि इंडिया विल बी वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट डिफेंस एक्सपोर्टर्स इन द वर्ल्ड।
भारत 2030 तक कहाँ देख रहा है अपने आपको रक्षा क्षेत्र में?
काफ़ी हद तक हमें उम्मीद है कि ऑलमोस्ट 70% इंडिजिनस इक्विपमेंट से इक्विप्ड रहेगा हमारे इंडियन आर्म फोर्सेस।
There are many in the USPs of our LCA Tejas. The number one, it is homegrown 4th and half generation fighter. Number two, this is the only platform which can fly with the weapons from Western, European, Israelis and of course Indian weapons. So since the computing capabilities are with us, so we can integrate any sort of missiles or weapon which can physically fit under the belly of the aircraft. So apart from this, this is very maintenance friendly and very easy to operate the aircraft. And other than that, now we are working on the advanced version of LCA Tejas, which we are calling as Mark 1A. You will see that will come into production line. It's already in production. By February 24, we'll be starting delivery of those Mark 1A. So I will just highlight what is the main features of Mark 1A variant. Okay. It will have smart function displays. Right now it is having MFDs, which will be replaced by smart multifunctional displays. It will have jam-proof AEC radar. Okay. Apart from that, it will have EW suit, which is not there right now. Okay. It will have BVR missile, our homegrown Astra missile, which will be fabricated, manufactured by BDL. With that, apart from that, it will have an SM missile, advanced short-range air-to-air missile, which is from MBDA UK. So these are the main upgrades from FOC to Mark 1A.
On the other side, Tax Department service BBC offices in Delhi and Mumbai over alleged irregularities. Also, Home Minister reiterates confidence ahead of 2024 polls, says the BJP has no competition. All this and much more on the other side.
$11,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
आग को फैलने से रोकना मुश्किल है पर नामुमकिन नहीं। अब फायरवॉल टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ सेंचुरी प्लाइड क्लब प्राइम आग से बचाए।
जो देश दशकों से सबसे बड़ा डिफेंस इंपोर्टर था, वो अब दुनिया के 75 देशों को डिफेंस इक्विपमेंट एक्सपोर्ट कर रहा है।
The entire Mehroli area has come down on street. The entire market is closed. All they want is the demolition drive to stop. But these are being conducted on the orders of the DDA. The demolition drive is being conducted. There was a small shop over here that has been brought down using the JCBs. Some of the people have not even come down. They're still inside. The situation has turned very volatile and dramatic. Human chain, and they are not letting the JCB enter through this particular building.
Light utility helicopter which has been designed and manufactured by the HAL. So a massive development by the Hindustan Aeronautics Limited for the light utility helicopter in this particular category, going on to show that India is moving towards Atmanirbharta, and HAL is definitely going on and providing a shot in the arm for the Air Force sector as well.
जो देश दशकों से सबसे बड़ा डिफेंस इंपोर्टर था, वो अब दुनिया के 75 देशों को डिफेंस इक्विपमेंट एक्सपोर्ट कर रहा है।
The entire Mehroli area has come down on street. The entire market is closed. All they want is the demolition drive to stop. But these are being conducted on the orders of the DDA. The demolition drive is being conducted. There was a small shop over here that has been brought down using the JCBs. Some of the people have not even come down. They're still inside. The situation has turned very volatile and dramatic.
Why is lobby throwing a fit if the BBC gets raided? Opposition peddles paranoia as the BBC gets raided. Why shouldn't there be an IT survey on the BBC? Debating tonight at 9 p.m.
यहाँ पर मौजूद है बीसी ऑफिस मुंबई में। यहाँ पर लगातार जो है उनके ऑफिशियल्स की ओर से जो है यहाँ पर बंद कराया जा रहा है, लेकिन हम देख रहे हैं कि मुंबई पुलिस भी यहाँ पर मौजूद है। एक तरफ जो टैक्स इवेशन को लेकर जो लगातार जांच आईटी ऑफिशियल्स की ओर से की जा रही थी, वहीं पर अब कहीं ना कहीं पर रोका जा रहा है। मुंबई में भी ये आईटी सर्वे कंडक्ट किया जा रहा है और अभी हम तस्वीरें देख रहे हैं जहां पर कहीं ना कहीं पर एक रोका ज़रूर जा रहा है, लेकिन बिल्कुल एक आईटी ऑफिशियल्स की ओर से जो सर्वे कंडक्ट किए जा रहे हैं उसको लेकर ये लगातार उनकी जो इन्वेस्टिगेशन है वो अभी जारी है।
जो देश दशकों से सबसे बड़ा डिफेंस इंपोर्टर था, वो अब दुनिया के 75 देशों को डिफेंस इक्विपमेंट एक्सपोर्ट कर रहा है।
Tax Department surveys BBC offices in Delhi and Mumbai over alleged irregularities. As BBC faces IT heat, Vadra Congress and TMC spare no moment to come to BBC's defence. Big controversy as Hanuman logo on HAL's fighter trainer aircraft has been removed. Kotak drops Tanmay Bhatt from their advertisements over his 2012 tweets. All action from Aero India 2023 live on Republic. World watches as Atmanirbhar Bharat takes off.
पूर्ण बहुमत के साथ भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार काउंटिंग के दिन आप देख लीजिएगा 12 बजे के पहले क्योंकि यहाँ कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसियां छोटी हैं 12 बजे के पहले पूर्ण बहुमत से भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार बन जाएगी.
Union Home Minister reiterates confidence ahead of 2024, says the BJP has no competition. Now, for the last 8 hours, IT officials are at the office in a BBC in Mumbai and the Delhi offices in a BBC conducting surveys of alleged tax evasion. We're now getting a response from Union INB Minister Anurag Thakur. His response on the entire raids that are being conducted on the BBC. Let's listen in.
अनियमितताएं पाई जाती हैं. इनकम टैक्स विभाग समय समय पर जहां पर अनियमितताएं पाई जाती हैं वहां पर सर्वेस करता है और जब ये सर्वे का काम पूरा होता है तब वो अपना एक प्रेस नोट या प्रेस ब्रीफिंग करके जानकारी देते हैं. तो मुझे लगता है जब ये इनकम टैक्स विभाग का सर्वे पूरा होगा वो जानकारी पूरी आपको डिटेल में दे देंगे. और देखिए मोदी जी ने किसी का अपमान नहीं किया.
So that was the Union INB Minister Anurag Thakur. In fact, a first government response coming in on this entire controversy that has erupted after BBC offices have been surveyed. In fact, BBC has been surveyed in Delhi and Mumbai. We have Samiksha joining us live. She's reporting from outside the BBC office in Mumbai. Samiksha, the income tax, what we know so far is that the income tax officials have been inside the BBC office for close to 8 hours now. In fact, over 8 hours now. What is the information that you're getting as far as this investigation is concerned? When are we expecting the IT department officials to come out of that office? For how long is this investigation taking place?
Well, that's right, Sanika. So currently we are outside the BBC office in Mumbai. Now the survey operations began roughly at around 10:15 a.m. We are right outside the BBC office in Mumbai. We'll give you a sense of this building where the survey operations are continuing for over 8 hours now. Now what the sources in the IT department have made absolutely clear is that this is a regular exercise that is being conducted by the IT sleuths, and it has nothing to do with the searches or raids for that matter. But yes, let's not forget that there is a certain narrative that is being built that this comes in the backdrop of the BBC documentary on Prime Minister Modi, which has been banned in the country. But yes, sources in the IT department have made it absolutely clear that this is a routine exercise linked to the finances alleged tax evasion on part of the BBC, which is being looked into by the IT sleuths. Sanika.
Yes, and in fact, Samiksha, as you continue reporting from outside the Mumbai office of the BBC, just telling our viewers of the source-based information that we had as far as the UK government is concerned. What we are getting to know is that as per sources, UK government is closely monitoring the tax surveys that are being conducted at BBC's offices in Mumbai and Delhi. The UK government has taken note of the reports of tax surveys being conducted at the offices of British public broadcaster BBC in India, and they are closely monitoring it, is what we're getting to know. In fact, as you rightly pointed out, Samiksha, that there has been a political fight as well. There has been a certain narrative that is being peddled as far as this investigation is concerned, and responding to all those allegations is BJP spokesperson, national spokesperson Gaurav Bhatia. Let's listen in to what he said.
सबसे पहले ये कहना आज गलत नहीं होगा, बीबीसी के अगर कृत्य देखें, जिसके उदाहरण मैं आपके समक्ष अभी पेश करूंगा, तो ये पूरे विश्व की सबसे भ्रष्ट बकवास कॉरपोरेशन हो गई है। और दुख की बात यह है कि बीबीसी का प्रोपेगेंडा और कांग्रेस का एजेंडा एक साथ मेल खाता है। हम सब जानते हैं कि विश्व पटल पर किस तरह से श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में भारत आगे बढ़ रहा है, G20 की अध्यक्षता कर रहा है। बहुत सी ऐसी शक्तियां हैं जिनको ये बिल्कुल नहीं भाता है, और जब जब भारत आगे बढ़ता है तो ये एजेंसियां हों या राहुल गांधी और कांग्रेस पार्टी और जो राजनीतिक दल विपक्ष में है, उनको बड़ा दर्द होता है। सबसे पहले तो बीबीसी का जो इतिहास है कलंकित, काला, द्वेष भावना से भारत के खिलाफ कार्य करने का रहा है। और कांग्रेस पार्टी को सबसे पहले तो ये याद करना चाहिए किस तरह से देश की प्रधानमंत्री श्रीमती इंदिरा गांधी जी ने खुद बीबीसी पे बैन लगाया।
मांग कर रहे हैं अडानी के मामले में, और वहां सरकार बीबीसी के पीछे पड़ी हुई है। विनाश काले विपरीत बुद्धि।
मुंबई में बीबीसी के दफ्तर पर आईटी की तरफ से सर्वे किया जा रहा है, महबूबा मुफ्ती ने भी उस पर बयान दिया है, किस तरह देखते हैं?
देखिए, ऐसे है कि हमें मीडिया के माध्यम से पता चला है कि उनके आप बीबीसी के ऑफिस में आईटी की तरफ से आप मान लीजिए सर्वे है या रेड है, तो वही जान सकते हैं। लेकिन जो महबूबा मुफ्ती साहिबा जी का ट्वीट है उस जो तो इस पर है कि हम कहते हैं कि जो हम बात कहते हैं वो आज पूरा देश देख रहा है। हम कहते हैं कि हर एक को अपनी बात कहने का हक है। तो जिस तरीके से आज देश में हालात बनाए जाते हैं कि जो इन बीजेपी की पॉलिसी या सरकार की पॉलिसी के खिलाफ बोलता है, तो उसको इस तरीके से तंग परेशान जो वो किया जाता है। अब टाइमिंग देख लीजिए आप कब की है। मतलब एक तरफ से हम ये कहना चाहेंगे कि आज जो है अनएलानी इमरजेंसी देश में लगी हुई है, अनडिक्लेयर्ड इमरजेंसी है। बात करने पे भी रोक है, अपने विचार पेश करने पर भी रोक है। अगर आप किसी की पॉलिसी को, अगर आपको लगता है कि इसकी पॉलिसी ठीक नहीं, अगर आप उसके खिलाफ बात करते हैं तो उसको भी बात आती है तरह तरह के हथकंडे अपना के। तो वही आज महबूबा मुफ्ती साहब ने अपने ट्वीट में कहा है।
Getting you a quick check of other top stories that are making headlines. Nationally, Union Home Minister Amit Shah has said that the government has successfully banned Popular Front of India by rising above vote bank politics. He further targeted Congress and said that the party tried to close cases. Congress tried to close cases against PFI members, which were stopped by the court.
PFI ने देश भर में अपना काम फैलाने का शुरुआत भी कर दी थी, काफी हद तक फैला भी चुके थे, और कुछ इस प्रकार की एजेंसियों के पास सूचनाएं भी आई जिसमें देरी करना या शंका का लाभ देना ठीक नहीं था। इसलिए हमने इस पर निर्णय किया और कठोरता के साथ बैन लगाया है, और बहुत अच्छे तरीके से समाज में कोई रिएक्शन आइदर और साइड से नहीं आया।
Breaking silence on Congress allegations on over the Adani issue. Union Home Minister Amit Shah said that the BJP, the Modi government, has nothing to hide or be afraid of.
एक भी आरोप भारतीय जनता पार्टी पर आज तक कोई नहीं लगा पाया। उनके जमाने में उन्हीं की एजेंसियों ने, चाहे कैग हो, चाहे सीबीआई हो, उन्होंने करप्शन का संज्ञान लेकर केस रजिस्टर किए थे। 12 लाख करोड़ के करप्शन के घोटाले किए।
Union Home Minister Amit Shah also said that Prime Minister Modi has put an end to the feeling of alienation that had grown in the Northeast, and he actually visited the area 51 times during the last 8 years.
और ये जो नरेंद्र मोदी जी का संदेश है, विकसित नॉर्थ ईस्ट, पूरे भारत में इंजीनियरिंग अजूबा माने जाएंगे। इस प्रकार के डबल डेकर ब्रिज नॉर्थ ईस्ट के अंदर बने हैं। 2024 के पहले नॉर्थ ईस्ट की सभी राजधानी रेल और एयर इससे जुड़ जाएगी। ये कोई छोटी बात नहीं है।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi paid tribute to the 40 CRPF jawans who were martyred on 14 February 2019 in Pulwama. He said that their courage motivates every citizen to build a strong and developed India. As nation salutes martyrs on Pulwama anniversary, Vadra Congress has insulted them. Senior Congress leader Digvijay Singh has tweeted, and I quote, "Today we pay homage to the 40 CRPF martyrs who died because of the blatant intelligence failure in Pulwama. I hope all the martyred families have been suitably rehabilitated." 4 years after Maharashtra's 2019 surprise oath that was taken by Fadnavis and Ajit Pawar, Deputy Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis has said that he formed government in 2019 with Pawar's support. In fact, he said that Sharad Pawar knew about the developments, though Sharad Pawar had earlier denied that he was in the know of the coup that was taking place. A Punjab governor wrote to Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann asking him to explain the process adopted for selection of school principals who were sent to Singapore for training. The Punjab government had sent 36 government school principals to Singapore on February 4th for a professional teachers training course.
पहली बात तो गवर्नर साहब को मुझे लगता है अब राजनीति में ही खुल के आ जाना चाहिए। पहली बात, अगर पंजाब के प्रिंसिपल सिंगापुर में जाके जहां वर्ल्ड क्लास एजुकेशन सिस्टम है, अगर कुछ सीख के पंजाब के बच्चों का दुनिया के एजुकेशन सिस्टम के स्तर पे ले जाना चाहते तो उसमें बुराई क्या है? बात यह है, भाजपा नहीं चाहती कि देश के बच्चे आगे बढ़े, खासकर पंजाब के प्रति तो वो उनका जो द्वेष है वो तो सामने आ गया।
Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma, while speaking to Republic, said that the campaign to end child marriage in Assam is proving to be effective and people are actively coming forward to support it. He further said that the practice will end in the state within 6 months.
लोगों से ज़्यादा गिरफ्तारी हुआ और अभी जो एक अच्छा परिणाम आ रहा है, लोग खुद ब खुद आके थाना में सरेंडर कर रहा है और काफ़ी सारा लोगों ने ट्वीट से, फेसबुक पोस्ट से या थाना में आके लिख के दे रहा है कि हमारा ये गलती हुआ था, आगे हम खुद भी नहीं गलती करूँगा और गांव में भी किसी को ये गलती करने नहीं दूंगा।
On day 2 of Aero India 2023 that is being held at the Yelahanka Air Force Station, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh engaged with his counterparts from 32 friendly countries, seeking their participation for collaboration in India as well as marketing military equipments, especially air platforms produced indigenously. Ahead of polls in Tripura, Tripura Chief Minister Manik Saha spoke exclusively to Republic TV. He said that Congress and left are doing politics and their politics in Tripura is going to end soon.
पहले से ही इन लोगों का आदत पड़ गया, ये लोग इससे तंग आके तभी भारतीय जनता पार्टी में सब आ गया। हमेशा ये सब करते रहते और हमने सभी को मैंने कहा, हमारा कार्यकर्ता को, इसमें ट्रैप में ना फंसे, क्योंकि ये लोग चाह रहे हैं इसको इशू बने। इनके पास कोई मुद्दा है नहीं है, गुड गवर्नेंस है, लॉ एंड ऑर्डर अच्छा है, यहाँ पर सब सुरक्षित है, इसीलिए ये सब करके हमारा सरकार के ऊपर और यहाँ का सिचुएशन के ऊपर ये हमेशा एक क्वेश्चन मार्क पुट करना चाह रहे हैं।
किसी का साथ आप शादी हुआ है, हस्बैंड को अरेस्ट किया है, तो इमीडिएटली थोड़ा तो रिएक्शन होता था, लेकिन अभी कोई रिएक्शन नहीं है एंड स्थिति सामान्य है। समाज भी बहुत सपोर्ट कर रहा है, पीपल आर सपोर्टिंग अस नाउ एंड ये अभी पूरा स्ट्रीमलाइन है।
सर, बहुत सारे सियासतदानों ने भी इस पर सवाल खड़ा किया। आपने देखा कि बहुत सारे स्टेटमेंट्स इसमें आए, लेकिन असम सरकार पूरी तरीके से रिजिड है कि इस कुप्रथा को हम खत्म करके रहेंगे।
वो तो खत्म मान लो ऑलमोस्ट हो ही गया है। अभी कोई हिम्मत नहीं करेगा असम में दोबारा बाल विवाह करना। एकदम कोई रिमोट एरिया में हो तो अलग बात है, लेकिन लोग जानते हैं कि हमारा गवर्नमेंट एक बार कुछ बात ठान लेता तो होता है। मेरा नहीं लगता है कि बहुत दिन ये कुप्रथा रहेगा। मेरा तो लगता है हमको तो पहले मैं सोचा था 2026 तक मुहिम को ये ज़रूरत होगा, लेकिन अभी असम का जो माहौल है मेरा लगता है 6 महीना में ये ख़त्म हो जाएगा।
We're heading into a short break right now. After the break, we'll get you all the action from Aero India 2023. And also coming up after the break, excerpts of Amit Shah's interview to news agency ANI, where he said that there is no opposition in 2024.
The entire Mehroli area has come down on street. The entire market is closed. All they want is the demolition drive to stop. But these are being conducted on the orders of the DDA. The demolition drive is being conducted. There was a small shop over here that has been brought down using the JCBs. Some of the people have not even come down. They're still inside. The situation has turned very volatile and dramatic. Human chain, and they are not letting the JCB enter through this particular building.
Light utility helicopter which has been designed and manufactured by the HAL. So a massive development by the Hindustan Aeronautics Limited for the light utility helicopter in this particular category, going on to show that India is moving towards Atmanirbharta, and HAL is definitely going on and providing a shot in the arm for the Air Force sector as well.
जो देश दशकों से सबसे बड़ा डिफेंस इंपोर्टर था, वो अब दुनिया के 75 देशों को डिफेंस इक्विपमेंट एक्सपोर्ट कर रहा है।
The entire Mehroli area has come down on street. The entire market is closed. All they want is the demolition drive to stop. But these are being conducted on the orders of the DDA. The demolition drive is being conducted. There was a small shop over here that has been brought down using the JCBs. Some of the people have not even come down. They're still inside. The situation has turned very volatile and dramatic. Human chain, and they are not letting the JCB enter through this particular building.
Light utility helicopter which has been designed and manufactured by the HAL. So a massive development by the Hindustan Aeronautics Limited for the light utility helicopter in this particular category, going on to show that India is moving towards Atmanirbharta, and HAL is definitely going on and providing a shot in the arm for the Air Force sector as well.
Why is lobby throwing a fit if the BBC gets raided? Opposition peddles paranoia as the BBC gets raided. Why shouldn't there be an IT survey on the BBC? Debating tonight at 9 p.m.
Now Now, amid widespread flooding and landslides caused due to Cyclone Gabrielle, New Zealand has declared a national state of emergency. This is only the third time that such a national state of emergency has been imposed in New Zealand. Here's a report.
A state of emergency was declared in New Zealand. Cyclone Gabrielle battered the country's North Island.
Cyclone Gabrielle has had major impacts across most of the North Island. This is a significant disaster with a real threat to the lives of New Zealanders. Today we are expecting to see more rain and high winds. We are through the worst of the storm itself, but we know that we are all facing extensive flooding, slips, damaged roads and infrastructure. Accordingly, on the advice of NEMA, I have this morning at 8:43 a.m. declared a national state of emergency.
It's been just 2 weeks since a record-breaking storm swamped New Zealand's largest city and killed 4 people. Much of Auckland has come to a halt as train services as well as flights were cancelled. Educational institutions too were closed and authorities asked people to make only essential trips. Agency report for Republic TV.
Rescuers are continuously working to reach people under the rubble in 3 provinces hit hard by the devastating quakes that hit Turkey and Syria. The death toll has crossed 37,000. Rescuers cheered as they pulled an 18-year-old man alive from the rubble after surviving for almost 200 hours under jagged ruins in Adıyaman in Turkey. Taiwan's defense ministry said that military has found Chinese balloons near the waters of the self-ruled island and confirmed those balloons were only used for weather exploration. Ukraine defense minister arrived in Brussels to attend defense ministers' meeting of the Transatlantic Military Alliance. Drone footage has shown widespread flooding and destruction in New Zealand after Cyclone Gabrielle battered the country's north. A firefighter was missing and another was rescued with critical injuries after they were caught in landslide overnight near Auckland. The New Zealand government declared a national state of emergency after Cyclone Gabrielle battered the country's north, leaving widespread flooding and destruction. Multiple people have been reported injured in shootings on a campus in the United States. The police made the statement on Twitter saying there appeared to be only one suspect. A gunman opened fire on Monday night at Michigan State University, killing 3 people and wounding 5 more before fatally shooting himself.